So one of the things that, and I told you guys about this, that there was no doubt they secured a search warrant and they searched Jennifer Soto's home, Madeline Soto's home, the home that Stephan Stearns frequently lived in or stayed in or probably lived in. And what was recovered as per that search warrant? That's pretty damn important, don't you think? I think it is. What did they recover during that search warrant? Did they recover any evidence? As I said, was the home the crime scene? Was that the place where Madeline Soto was murdered? The home? Was it his car? It could have been a number of places. Did the police know that yet? Did they know the place of occurrence of the homicide? Again, they may not know that yet. And that's why when they keep talking about we're trying to put together a timeline, we're putting together, we're tightening up the timeline so that they can rule out the possibility of it being anyone else but Stephan Stearns, and possibly Jennifer Soto is an accomplice, or if she didn't act in concert with him, then she enabled it. And, we spoke about last week the concept of omission. And omission is, you can be charged with a crime based on the fact of failure to act when it's your legal obligation to act. And for a mother to protect her child and not to protect her child, I believe that qualifies as an act of omission, of not acting. So when it was her legal obligation to act, to get involved, to intervene. And that's, as an investigator and as retired police, that's what I see. I see, and I could be wrong. Jennifer Soto could be the one or intricately involved in this murder. But I definitely see potentially an act of omission, someone just in the chat said that Duty Ron discovered a marriage certificate from 2015, so he was around Madeline for a long time. Well, that would be 9 years. But again, Jennifer Soto referred to him as Madeline's stepfather, and then she referred to him as my boyfriend, and then she referred to him as my partner. So what is he? What was his role in this family? Her partner. And the big question, of course, is, did she know that all of this horrific acts were occurring against her child? Patty Martin from the chat. The mom didn't say anything good about Maddie, only that she was forgetful and maybe autistic. I think she was jealous of the attention Stearns was giving her daughter. Well, Patty, that could be, if you look at motive, that could be. But as we all know, we don't need motive to get probable cause or to make an arrest or to get a conviction in a homicide case. We don't need motive, but it helps. It helps. Juries always want to hear motive. Low cut from the chat. If the boyfriend murdered Maddie in the apartment, how did the mother not hear a struggle or anything? She did say she saw Maddie that morning. There's no evidence that she saw Maddie that morning. And there's also, how do we know, again, low cut, that she wasn't involved and she's not telling the truth? I believe at this point, you said 2015, right? That there was a marriage certificate, right? So, yeah, well, 8 years in 2015 would make it 2023. We just turned to 2024. Yeah, 9 years, right? So was a long time. It's longer than we thought, right? We're thinking that he was involved in Madeline's life for at least 2.5 years, but now it seems like it's going back further. He was involved in her life much longer than we originally thought. Sybil Bergeron, she never ever called him her husband. That certificate may be from Maddie's real dad. I did, something I didn't, someone's saying that in the chat. I didn't see it. I didn't present it. So I don't know. Sometimes that's why I'm reluctant to repeat something in the chat, because I don't know what the context of the marriage certificate was and what it said on it. So, but why wonder? Did the 100 mothers know when the Olympic doctor was abusing all those girls? No, but you know something? This is a little bit different. This guy lived with them for 2.5 years. The Olympic doctor was very sort of sneaky and clandestine. Some of the parents were in the room when he was doing these examinations. And it was just, they trusted him because he was this doctor. So it's a very much different. April Rain. If it was a drug overdose, you wouldn't hear a struggle. No, but they've already determined that it's a homicide. So I don't know how we could look at it being a drug overdose. In addition, the toxicology has not come back yet. So we don't know if there were drugs or alcohol in her system. We don't know any of that. Miss Chris from the chat, wonder what time mom left work and then got home that morning. Yeah, I mean, these are all the things, all the questions that we're asking have to do with timestamp. Absolutely. What was the timestamp? And the tighter we can get the timestamp, the more culpable and the more evidence we could put in there against Stephan Stearns and, of course, Jennifer Soto, if in fact she is involved. Denise Eugene from the chat, Maddie's mom worked overnight a lot. The mother didn't attend Maddie's 13th birthday party. Yeah, we're aware of that. And a lot of people found that a little bit